Yesterday, day before yesterday. But right now, I just made some notes. Uh, First about Satya Prasad's little speech. You saw that he was emotional. He's an emotional guy, and he treats DCS Techno as his own. Like he said, we started DCS Techno to make money, right? But then after that, it became something else. So today, it's about contributing to all the partners in our company who are working for us, and to make sure that their lives are better. So that is what, in today's stage, all of us, the promoters of the company, we feel very much for the people who are working for DCS Techno. And that's what he said, today is not the concept of making money, but to make a very sustainable, profitable company that will last for a long time. Now about Jagitiya Saab, he himself confessed he's a devil's advocate. He keeps pointing out at something that is going wrong in the company. So what he mentioned is about holding cost, interest that we pay on receivables. If you see, he mentioned we have a certain number of profit that we made last year. We have always been making profits over the last 20 years, or little more. But what's happening is these profits, how do I put it? They are not there in visible state that we can go and buy a flat and go and buy an office. See, in our company, the only office we own is the office in Mumbai, which we bought 5 years ago. Otherwise, the money is all invested in the inventory, in the receivables, and of course the running cost of the company. So he is a devil's advocate because his background is, like Singhvi Saab said, he's Marwadi. He looks at margins, and he sees lots of our margins are going away from the inventory that we are holding and in the receivables. For a 78 crore company, if it was run by a Marwadi organization, it would be called Jagitiya Saab. How will a Marwadi look at these numbers? Huh? Yeah, we don't want to hear, but it's not the best numbers, but we are still profitable. So our interest would be to reduce the inventory because it's carrying cost, money locked in, reduce the receivables, 20 crores, 19 crores that we have today. It's too much. And believe me, out of that 19 crores that we're talking about, a lot of money is going in litigation, because maybe it will come, maybe it will not come, maybe it will come after 7-8 years because the case is in the court. So that I think a few crores are there stuck as non-receivables or written off cases or court cases. So we have to be very mindful of that we focus in this particular year to ensure that we collect payment well in time, and so that we save on our interest cost, because today whatever bank limits we have, they are fully utilized and we pay maximum possible interest to the bank. The banks are very happy to fund us because we get the maximum interest that their CC limits is open to us for the CC limits that we have. Now, Singhvi Saab, thank you. You sort of mentioned that we don't really bother about communities, but we take good things from communities, right? And Marwadis, they focus on the bottom line, which is very important. And Sindhis, they focus on top line, how much business they can get. It's very relevant that we should be focusing on both. So that is where Bhatkar has been pushing very hard for top line. And all of us, we need to ensure that our bottom lines are also healthy. Raghav sir, a lot of takeaways from your speech. Thank you very much. Developing a branch network, this is very important because you have to be staying closer to the customers to understand their needs, keep close relationships, try to get maximum orders from the customer. And once a capital good is sold, you are wedded for life with that customer. You have to provide him after sales service. But at the same time, and here it is like Sudhir, he's always pretty ruthless on one aspect, that he wants to collect money from customers for the services that he is offering. but the salespeople always turn him down because salespeople want to please the customers. They don't want to give any. They want to give service free of cost. So there's always a conflict in organizations between service and sales. Sales people think that they have made the customer happy, but actually after the product is out of its warranty period or after the commitment that we have given them, we should actually ask customer to pay us, because all the equipments are located at very remote places. If you're talking about sending John Rose from Rishikesh to Kanyakumari to Kerala, it costs a lot of money. He is there to travel, but then flights, accommodation, it's today very expensive. So let's focus on supporting the service team to generate service income. Okay, and also one more thing, Radhadi Sahab, you mentioned about potential of area which Bhatkar keeps mentioning. There are areas in the country with high potential like the East, but we are not doing so well. Northeast has got maximum investment of money by the government of India on the borders as well as in the Northeast roads, etc. We don't have much presence, nor do we have any income or turnover from that area. Most of our turnover comes from what? From our traditional products, but from not all these new geographic areas that we are looking to explore today. So that's why we have a guy there, and we have 3-4 people there. We want to possibly focus more on the northeast area, Seven Sisters, as well as the huge coal belt in the eastern part of India, where I believe the maximum potential is. So geographical, if somebody feels good that he has done a great job in a huge potential area, but taken a small market share, he should really be feeling not so good. But like you mentioned, in dry areas where people get 80% market share, but a lower top line, he has done a great job. So thank you for that perspective also, sir. That's it, Bhatkar, from me, because I've already covered sales and other things. But all wise people who came today on stage here, including Hari Prasad, who is a master in technical knowledge, probably has every answer to every mechanical or application problem that you can find.